In every movie, video game, or genre of entertainment, there will be characters that we genuinely hate, and I think that's fine. I think if you truly have negative emotions for some of these characters, it just means that, well, they're doing their jobs, you know, and some people might like them, most of us don't, and that's the point of this video. I think I haven't really talked about a lot of Avatar characters that I hate. Like Legend of Korra, yes, I 100% rag on those characters a lot because the writing is so terrible in that show. So I'm gonna focus on the original masterpiece itself, and we're gonna talk about some of the characters that truly rub me the wrong way in this thing, and I don't mean obscure characters like Fire Nation man here.
No, no, please.
Yeah, he deserved that, man. So let me know in the comments below which characters from the show that you remember truly pissed you off. Okay, so the first one I gotta touch on is fucking Azula, man. I hated this little bitch. I hated her so much. I truly believe she deserves to eat a handful of gravel, right? Ever since we saw her from like the very beginning, she has been this manipulative bitch, right? She just makes everyone's day worse. And it shows that she is not just dangerous. I think that's one of the appeals of her character, but the fact that she's like this spoiled brat, she's this fucking like just ruthless little, and I hate to say it, this little cunt that makes Zuko's life a living hell for a large portion of his life, you know. And to me, I think it's one of the things that truly kind of freaks me out is hearing people say, oh, she deserves a redemption arc, and I don't agree with that at all, for the simple fact that I truly believe some characters just are meant to be hated. You know, like when you look at some of the examples I posted here, none of these characters really deserve like a redemption arc. You know what I'm saying? The point of them in terms of writing is for them to be evil. And yes, sure, character development can happen, but it doesn't have to be like for every single villain that exists. I don't know what's everyone's new obsession with trying to sympathize and empathize with villains nowadays. I think some villains are just evil, and that's fine. As you can see, there's many examples of Azula being evil ever since she was a kid. It's not like it was forced upon her. She was just more or less naturally like her father compared to Zuko. Anyway, so yeah, I fucking hate this bitch. She sucks. I never wanted to kick, I think she's what, like 14? I never wanted to kick a 14-year-old in the face so much. Actually, no, I lied. I really wanted to kick Joffrey in the face. Anyway, so moving on to the next one, we gotta talk about these filthy fucking sandbenders. I hate these people. These motherfuckers put a muzzle on Appa. They kidnapped Appa and caused him to go through one of the most heart-wrenching journeys I've seen in an animated show for a pet. Like, how could you do anything bad to such a cute little baby like this, man? Just look at him, right? Appa is too adorable, and these dudes they should have died, honestly. In my opinion, right? I would have buried them in the sand. Everyone would have looked at me like, whoa, I thought you was a pacifist. Not anymore. Not when you mess with my fluffy boy.
You took the wrong fluffy boy.
Yo, RIP to shit, crap, I always forget his name, man, but the actor from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, RIP to this guy, man. Like, he was awesome in that role, and yeah, like I truly hate these pieces of shit. Okay, so I also, it's like this is one of my favorite moments from Avatar as well, when he found out that they muzzled him.
It wasn't me!
You said to put a muzzle on him. You muzzled Appa?
Yo, they're so lucky that Aang was being like good. You know, they're so lucky that Aang was a pacifist. Otherwise, I'm truly certain they would have died back then. Anyway, so let's move on to the next one, man. Now, I know you all saw this as the thumbnail and you're probably wondering, like, why the fuck does he hate Sokka? Now, I don't hate Sokka from the show. I hate Sokka from Legend of Korra. I hate the fact that even with all the romances that he had, they made him into a workaholic that didn't have any kids. He didn't have a wife, nothing like that. When you look at the family tree, it's basically barren for Sokka. Everyone else paired up and got married and had kids except for him. And I just think that it's so stupid. It's one of those things that really kind of pissed me off, because even if him and Suki didn't work out, we know that Toph liked him and they could have easily had something like that happened. Okay, so it's not that I hate Sokka, the character from the original show. I just hate what they did with him as an adult. It's the same thing when I hear people say, oh well, Aang was a bad parent in Legend of Korra. I fucking hate that. There's no reality to me where it makes sense Aang comes off as a bad parent or neglects his children. I think that's just bullshit, man. I just don't believe it. I think the people who wrote these versions of our favorite characters here, I think they were smoking crack. Okay, anyway, let's move on to the next one. Alright, so the next one is gonna be General Feng. Now I know y'all are looking at this. People who remember, they know this is General Zhao. I'm just kind of seeing if everyone would remember who General Feng is. Like, I'm pretty sure y'all don't even remember that guy. Anyway, you know who he is? He's this piece of shit. This cunt that pretended to be all nice and caring and wanted to help Aang and help him advance his training, right? When in reality, he was literally just torturing a 12-year-old boy.
I'm trying! Aang! I'm thinking!
I don't see glowing!
This shit is disgusting, bro. Like, oh my god. Like, okay, so you convince this kid that you're on his side. You convince him that you're going to help him advance in some way, and then you attack his friends. You even make it seem like you killed one of his friends just so you could gain more power. Like, bro, I hope they put this dude in the deepest dungeons, you know, and I hope he never sees the light of day ever again, because that was some evil shit. I hate him for it.
Please! You don't need to do this!
Oh my
Apparently,
god, bro. Shut the fuck up, Feng, you cunt. Anyway, the voice acting, I gotta say, for Aang was just peak, bro. Like, oh my god, like you could just hear the sadness in his voice, like the desperation. Like, I truly just love everything about this show. Anyway, and the last one I want to talk about here is gonna be Mei. Right, it might come as a surprise to a lot of you that I don't like Mei. I really just never vibed with her. The whole goth, you know, constant attitude, bitchiness, like it just didn't appeal to me. Like, even though when I was younger, I had a crush on Raven from Teen Titans. She had better written moments where they showed that she's like a true friend, and you know, like the reason why she is the way she is to try and numb all of her feelings and emotions so her abilities don't kind of get out of hand or whatever. That's understandable. With Mei is just a rich bitch. You know, and she even admits it in the Ember Island episode. And to me, it's like, when I heard the explanation, I was like, oh yeah, okay, so you just choose to be a fucking spoiled brat, right? You're basically a less violent and manipulative version of Azula with less charisma as well. You know, and it just sucks, man. It just genuinely sucks that Mei and Zuko ended up together. I really wished that Zuko stayed with Jin, and I wonder if I could actually pull up her image now. Avatar Jingo. Let's see if... Oh, what the hell? Why does it say Moon Girl? I think her name was Jin. Yes, Jin. So you all remember this girl. I really hoped that Zuko would have ended up with her, because it truly makes the most sense. You know, like she's one of the only girls that he had any real feelings for, and the chemistry for these two characters felt way more natural than any scene I've ever seen Mei and Zuko in. So yeah. That's just a few of the characters I really hated from Avatar: The Last Airbender. If you agree with any of these, like and subscribe. If you disagree, let me know why in the comments below. And yeah, oh, also I wanted to say, if you would like to become a character in my comic, I kind of like did some more work on the world map here, so you could see I'm pretty much fleshing out a lot of the places. So yeah, just let me know if you want to become a character and I will add you to the story. Besides that, everybody else have a good rest of your day. Later.